Power yoga. So we are going to start in a child's pose. We're going to get right into it today. So coming to your child's pose at the back of your mat, and completely up to you whether you want to take a knee wide version or a knees together version. And then just sit your hips back to your heels, reach your arms straight out in front of you and rest your forehead down on the mat. And so we want to make this quite an active child's pose because we're going to get into it quite straight away today. So straighten your arms out as much as you can, really push your palms down into the mat. But also as well, just start to breathe. So big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And again, a breath in and a breath out. Then seal the lips, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Another breath in and a breath out. Take one more breath in and a breath out. Then just slide your right arm underneath your left arm. Come onto your right ear, right shoulder. Creep your left fingertips to the top right hand corner of the mat and rotate. So left arm opens up, sorry, left shoulder opens up a little bit. Just quick open from the upper body. And then release, left hand back to center, reach your right hand forward. Switch it out. Left hand comes underneath the right arm. Left ear, left shoulder, creep the right hand to the top left hand corner of the mat and find a little rotation. So pull the right shoulder back, left back of the arm is pushing down, breathe it here. And then exhale, release. Left hand reaches forward. If your knees are out wide, just push into your palms so that you can draw your knees together and then hips back towards the heels. So you're back in your narrow child pose. Lovely. Now we're going to start to take those little waves. So as we inhale, we round forward into a tabletop. And then exhale, arch the spine, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, round it forward through your tabletop. Exhale, hips to heels. And again, inhale, round it forward, push the ground away from you. Exhale, hips to heels. We're going to make that slightly bigger. Inhale, coming forward, drop the hips, open the chest. Exhale, hips to heels, moving in those waves. Inhale, rounding forward, drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, hips to heels. Great. And again, rounding it forward, open up. Exhale, hips to your heels. This time as we inhale, we're going to come forward and come straight into a high plank position. So shoulders over the wrist, lift your knees off the ground and push your palms into the mat. That's it. Hold it here, just activating that core. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down towards the mat. All right, just stretch out those wrists, spread the hands nice and wide, start to circle your shoulders. So pushing the fingertips down as you come forward. Both directions, so flip the other way. Circle the wrists. And then just turn those palms out to the left and to the right. Lean your body over to the left hand side. Push the left knuckles down into the mat, stretching through the body. And then back through center and all the way over to the right hand side. So push the right knuckles down. And then back in towards center. And then flip your fingertips towards you, either one at a time or both at the same time if that's available to you. Instead, start to draw your hips back towards your heels so that you can really stretch through the front of those wrists there. And then release the hands, final one. This time we're coming onto the back of the hands, fingertips face towards you. As it starts to draw your shoulders back. And then release. Well done. Just sit your hips to still. Take your hands out quickly. Little burning sensation. That's good. Move them around. And then back in towards centre. Alright, quick cat and cow to warm up the spine. So inhale, drop your belly, open your chest, gaze forward. Exhale to round. Once more, inhale, drop the belly, open through the chest. And exhale to round. Neutral spine. From there, tuck your toes, just lift your knees an inch or two off the mat. Hold and squeeze. Great, so think about here, spreading the weight into the knuckles. So try and spread that weight through the palm. Then send your right leg straight out behind you, that left knee stays lifted. And then exhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it back. And then exhale, right foot back to where it came from, left side. Inhale, pick up that left foot, straighten out behind you. Exhale, draw the left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale to send it back. And then exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left foot drops. And then lift those hips up and back. Find your downward dog. That's it. Just enjoy that moment of stretch. Push the heels down, spread the palms wide, arms nice and straight. And then when you're ready, inhale, the right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, gaze forward on your fingertips. And exhale, hips up and back as you fold forward over the right leg. Great, now inhale, start to bend into the right knee again. Bring your hands together just in front of your chest. And then draw your left knee to tap the back of your right calf and hold it here. Try and get your spine nice and long. Breathe. Nice, now start to come up to standing, draw the left knee in towards the chest, and then exhale, drop the left foot. Inhale, the hands reach up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, vinyasa, step or float it back. Through your knees, chest, chin, or your chaturanga. All the way back into your downward dog. Great, then inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, come onto the fingertips, gaze forward. And as you exhale, hips up and back, as you straighten that left leg and you fold. Great, now bend into that left knee again. Bring your hands to your heart center, draw your right knee to tap your left calf. Hold it there, try not to sink into the left hip. Imagine you're trying to lift up and out of that left hip. And then next, inhale, come up to standing, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, drop the foot. Inhale, the hands reach up. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale. And as you exhale, plant the hands, lift up onto your toes, find your crow pose. Knees into the back of the armpits. Have a little play. Great, and then when you've had enough, step or float it back through your vinyasa. All the way back into your down dog. Take your time, use your breath. Lovely. From here, inhale, the right leg goes high. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands and rise up to find a high lunge. Reach the hands up above the head. Just one breath here. And then as you exhale, hands come in front of the right foot, pick up your left foot and find your standing splits. Fold over that left leg. Right leg, sorry. Now same thing, start to soften both knees, bring your left knee to behind your right calf, hands to the heart center, and we're back into that kind of little hover pose here. Now this time as you inhale, try and straighten your left leg, find your warrior three. Exhale, tap your left knee to your right calf. Inhale, find length. And exhale, tap. Inhale, find length. Exhale, tap. Now this time come back up to standing, left knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, standing pigeon, left ankle crosses over that right thigh, sit the hips down. Great. Now same thing with a pulse. So inhale, come up to standing, straighten your left leg out in front. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, standing pigeon. Then inhale, left leg lifts. Hold it here. Start to send your left leg behind you. You're coming into your half moon. Right hand comes down to your mat. Left hand either on your left hip or reach it up towards the ceiling. Sit, really nice, nearly done. Lots of work on that right leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Now soften your right knee and take a big step back with your left foot. Come all the way up to standing. Turn both toes out, reach the hands up. And then as you exhale, squat down low. Hands come to the heart center. Pull the knees open. Great, hold it here. Just continue to breathe, continue to sink the hips as low as you can, tailbone draws under slightly. 2 more breaths. Sit one more inhale. And then exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, reach both hands up above the head. As you exhale, start to side lunge into that left knee and come into your side lunge on the left side. Use your hands if you need to. Great, and then we're going to move back and forth through our side lunges. The hands at the floor or the heart center, stay low. Inhale, travel through center. And exhale, side lunge to the front. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge to the back. This time, inhale, travel through center. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Tiptoe that right foot out to the side. 2 options, step it straight back through vinyasa, or if you want your kundinyasana, start to lean forward with the chest. Bend the elbows, bring that right knee to the outside or to the right tricep. Maybe that left foot stays on the floor. Maybe the left foot picks up. And then step or float it through a vinyasa or skip it and go straight to your downward dog. Great. Take a few deep breaths when you get back to your downward dog. It's an intense start today, so breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Taking one more breath in. And then exhale out. Let's find that on our left. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. We rise up and we find a high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, reach the hands in front of the left foot. Pick up that right foot and find your standing splits. Just enjoy that moment of stretch. Then soften both knees, right knee to the back of the left calf. Hands come together at the heart center, back to that little hover. And then we pulse. Inhale, we straighten the right leg, warrior three. Exhale, tap. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, we lift. And then exhale, tap. Then inhale, come up to standing right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, standing pigeon. Right ankle, cross it over that left thigh, sit the hips back. Find that moment of stretch. Find that focus point for your gaze as we pulse again. Inhale, come up to standing. Straighten your right leg out in front. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, we come up, straighten. And exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, come up, we straighten, hold it here, extra breath. And then find your half moon. Right leg goes back. Control that left hand down towards the mat. Right hand on the hip or up towards the ceiling. Sit, stack your hips. One more breath. And then soften your left knee, take a big step back with that right foot. Come all the way up to standing. Spin to the side, toes point out, hands reach up. And as you exhale, squat down low. Hands to the heart center. Sink the hips, try not to let the knees roll in. You can stay, or if you want more, see if you can peel the heels up off the mat. Nice. Hips sink a little bit lower. And then release. Come up to standing. Inhale, the hands reach up. As you exhale, side lunge into that right knee. Use your hands or keep them at the heart center for an extra challenge. Let's move back and forth, work the inner strength in the thighs. Stay low. Inhale through center. Exhale, side lunge to the front. Inhale through center. Exhale, side lunge to the back. Then inhale through center. Place the hands on the inside of that left foot. Tiptoe it open. Either step it straight back or see if you can lean your chest forward. Squeeze that left knee in towards the tricep. And then bend the elbows. Give yourself a little ledge. And then when you're done, vinyasa or back to downward dog. Lovely, then when we all get back, let's drop to our knees. Take a little puppy pose, walk the hands forward. Keep the hips above the knees, sink your forehead or your chest and your chin down towards the mat. So get that nice opening there through the chest, through the shoulders. Lovely. All right, start to come back up through tabletop. Hands back in under the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. And we're back in our downward dog. Right leg, inhale, lift it high. Exhale, right knee to tap the right elbow, squeeze. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, round and squeeze. Inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, right knee across the body, taps the left elbow, and then straighten out that right leg to the left side. Drop the left heel and reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Great. Now stay here, or an extra challenge, see if you can just bend your right knee in towards the chest so you squeeze that foot in. Bring it back in towards you. That's it, squeeze it in, nice. Hold it there. Now, See if you can take your left hand, hold on to the outside of your right foot. That's it. And then that can be your next exhale. You can stay there, or you can try and kick your right foot into your left hand, send it forward and spin under. Nice, nice. All right, wherever you are, left hand comes back down. Inhale, the right leg lifts back up. Let's bend the knee and allow that hip to roll open. If you want to flip into a wild thing, feel free to allow that right foot to drop and allow that right hand to lift up. Or you can stay in your open hip dog. Lovely. Then we come back the way we came in if you're in your wild thing. Right hand down. Right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lizard pose. Rock it back and forth. If you want to drop to your knee for a bit, take more restorative, you can. Just rest out that leg. All right, left hand, keep it down. If you know you kind of like struggle from a bit of wrist pain, just slide it forward slightly so it's not directly under your shoulder. That works better for me. And then peace fingers. I know you can both do this. Wrap your peace fingers around your big toe of the right foot. We're going into our side plank. So plant your left foot on the ground, have your bent knee. Start to draw that knee up towards the ceiling. And then maybe kick the foot up. So just have a little play. Take a normal side plank if you prefer. And then see if you can bring that right foot back where it came. So slowly release it back to the front of the mat. Well done. I'm working you hard today. Hold it there, shake it out. Lovely. Great, now tiptoe that right foot in towards centre. Frame the foot and just slide your left knee into the outside of your right foot so that you can sit your hips onto the mat. Just a little stretch of the outer hip, so right knee's on top of your left. Hold on to the feet, inhale, find length. And then exhale, just lean forward slightly over the legs. Give yourself a moment of rest whilst we're taking this stretch as well. Great, one more breath. And then exhale, release. Uncross the legs, bring the legs out in front of you. Find your Navasana, sit up nice and tall, lift those feet up off the mat. So find that core strength there. So maybe the legs can work a little bit longer. And then release. Bend the knees back again. Bring the hands behind you, but kind of wide enough so that your hips can get through if you needed them to. So, as we inhale, we push into the feet, lift the hips up, kind of that reverse tabletop. Maybe allow your head to drop back here. Squeeze your glutes, take a breath. And as you exhale, you're going to try and shoot your hips back past your hands. If you can, keep the hips lifted off the ground. Flex the feet, don't worry if they have to drop. And then see if you can pull yourself back to where you came from. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, shoot the hips through just as much as you can do. And then drop the bum. Done. All right, cross the feet, roll forward vinyasa if you want one. Straight to down dog if you don't. And just check in with your breath again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Left leg, inhale, lift it high. Exhale, tap the left knee towards the left elbow, squeeze. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Then exhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, round and squeeze. Inhale, the left leg lifts. And as you exhale, left knee across the body to tap the right elbow. Then straighten that left leg out to the right side. Spin this way, drop your right heel and lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. So stay there, fine. If you fancy the funky transition, stage one is just to try and bend your left knee in towards kind of you. So you're just bending that left knee with it hovered off the ground. That's it, and just hold it there, perfect. Maybe you want to see if you can take hold of the outside of your left foot with the right hand and just hold it there. Maybe you want to see if you can kick that leg forwards if you're trying to kick it past your ear, and you twist the gaze under that right armpit. Nice. And then right hand down to the mat. Inhale, scoop the left leg back up, three-leg dog, bend the knee. Allow the hip to roll open, you can stay. If you want your wild thing, keep flipping all the way over so that your left hand comes up. Push your hips forward, open your chest. Great. And then back the way you came. Left hand goes back down. Left leg goes up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lizard pose, you made it. Hold it there, rocking back and forth. If you want a little bit of restorative, feel free to drop that back knee. Feel free to come onto your fingertips if your wrists need a little bit of a break. Nice. All right, so side plank, if you want to skip the big toe and just do a normal side plank, go for it. Otherwise, right hand down, maybe slightly forward, same thing as before. Left piece, fingers around the left big toe. Kind of plant your right foot so it's flat on the mat, have a little bend in that right knee to help you bring it up. And then you can straighten it out. And the right leg going straight is the last thing that you need to do. So you can keep a bend in that right knee if you're learning. And then slowly, you want to see if that left leg can come all the way back where it came from. And we're back. Nice. All right. Tiptoe that left foot back in towards centre, and then slide your right knee forward so it's on the outside of that left foot. Sit the hips back down and then cross the left knee so it's directly over the right. Wiggle the hips into the mat. Inhale to find length. And then exhale. Hinge from the hips. Fold it forward. And just enjoy this moment. Breathe. And release. Up you come, uncross the legs. Navasana round 2. Lift the feet up, hold either onto the knees or reach the fingertips forward. Just find that nice boat pose, lifting through the chest as much as you can. Taking a breath. And then slowly release the feet down in front. Lovely. All right. Make sure your hips, you're sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Your hands are kind of come onto the floor, kind of halfway between your knees and your hips. So you're taking a breath in. You really want to lean forward as much as you can here. Think about shooting your chest forward and shooting your bum back. Really engage your core and squeeze your pelvic floor. So what you want to do is take a breath. And as you exhale, you push the ground away from you. See if you can lift your hips off the ground. Your feet might come off, but otherwise just go for the bum. That's it. So you have a little play and then drop the hips. Great, we're going to go again. So lean the chest forward, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push the ground away. Lift the hips up. Maybe the feet lift for 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Alright, cross those feet. Roll forward, vinyasa if you want it. Straight to down dog if you don't. And all the way back. Okay, let's drop to the knees. Let's come into our second puppy pose. Walk the palms forward once more. Sink your chest. Sink your forehead, whatever you can. Just get that nice opening. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Alright, push into the palms. Just draw the elbows in underneath the shoulders and then place the palms out in front of you as if we were prepping for our dolphin pose. So palms in, elbows pushing into the mat, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and then walk those feet in as far as you can. Try not to try not to collapse the shoulders. So stay there. Maybe you want to take it a bit further and lift left leg or whichever is your favourite leg to do first. And you just hold. Maybe you take a couple of hops if your shoulders are feeling open enough. Just take 5 breaths wherever feels good. And then drop to your knees and release your arms by your heels. Release your forehead down on the mat. Breathe it there. Inhaling and exhaling. Another breath in and a breath out. Alright, final time. Let's go back to that dolphin so we can do the other side. Palms flat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. That's it. Walk the feet in as far as you possibly can. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe it's your least favourite leg that lifts up towards the ceiling. And you hold, build up the strength. If you took the hops on the other side, just make sure you just balance yourself out. Have a little play around. Great. And then when you've had enough, release back into that child's pose. Release the arms by the feet. Release the head. Breathing in and breathing out. Another breath here. And then just come up to kneeling. Lean forward slightly so you can cross the feet behind you and then roll over the feet so they come out in front. Alright, you might want to shuffle yourself onto the mat if you're really far off like I was. Bring the feet out in front of you. Take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Great, now start to lean back slightly so your feet can come off the ground. And then you're working those legs forward and up towards the ceiling. That's it, hold it there. And then open up your feet maybe into a wide one. Hello. Sorry I made you laugh. Alright, holding here. There's an option here. You can either drop your feet, come into a wide leg fold, or you can try and drop holding onto your hands. So to do that, really flex your feet. So push into your heels so that your calves are going to be the first thing that drop. Well done. Alright, and then just come into that wide leg fold. You can keep hold of the toes, you can drop the hands in front of the face. You can release the hands behind you. Anything that feels good. If you want to work strength and you're holding onto your toes here, keep your chest lifted if you can go that far, so you're really working the strength of the legs. Keep pushing the thighs down in towards the mat. Nice, and then release. Pull your chest back up. Well done. Tiny last bit of strength, and then we'll do some nice stretches for the last 5 minutes. So bring your feet a little bit closer in together so their legs aren't as wide. Bring your fingertips either side of your right leg or your left leg. We're going to do both, so it doesn't matter. Same thing. Think about pushing your chest forward, but this time, as we take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to push into the fingertips, see if we can lift that foot off the ground. Okay, so try and lift the heel. Sit and hold and squeeze for 3, 2, and 1. Drop. Alright, and when you're doing it here, what you want to do is make it harder. Not that it's already hard, but you want to try and keep leaning forward. So instead of leaning back, try and keep that chest leaning forward because that's going to work the core even more. So let's take that on the other side. So frame the foot, take a breath in. And as you exhale, push into the palms, try and lift that leg off whilst you keep trying to lean forward. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Drop. 4. Well done. All right, slide the feet together. Flex the toes back towards you. Let's inhale, lengthen up, and exhale. Let's fold. Forward fold over the legs. Let's come down and take a nice long, deep stretch. If you want to use your straps here, you can. Otherwise, just hold on to shins or feet or wherever you can take. And use your breath here if you want to. Sometimes I like to just inhale, come up slightly, see if I can find length through the spine, and then exhale, fold. You might just want to pulse that a few times. Using your breath to lift and to fold. Wonderful. Start to lift yourself back up. Let's stretch the hands above the head. Give us a nice length through the spine, and then exhale, drop your hands by your sides. All right, your left knee starts to draw in. Bring it out to the side. So 2 options. Normal Janushasana, where your foot's on the inside, or if you want to take your half lotus, I can't remember what it's called then, that left heel kind of digs in towards the hip so that your left knee can come down, and then maybe your left hand can come behind your back and take hold of your left toes. Otherwise, foot's on the inside of the thigh. Inhale to find length wherever you are, and then exhale, you're folding over that leg. Sit, breathing there. And then wherever you are, lift yourself back up, and we'll switch out the side. So left foot straight out in front. If you want to give the legs a quick shake, you can. Right knee draws in, either let it fall off to the side, so it's just the inside of the foot, perfect. Or if you want that half lotus position, try and bring the right foot up into the left hip crease. Maybe the right hand can come back and take the foot, you don't have to take that option. And then inhale to find length. Exhale, fold over that leg. Then just use your breath, breathe in, breathe out. And then release, come on up, wherever you are. Right leg goes straight out in front of you, give those legs a little shake around. And then just for a little bit of fun, for the last pose, we are going to come into either a half lotus or a full lotus. If it feels right for your knees, I'm going to take 10 nice breaths. So half lotus is the same as we've done before, so you're crossing your legs. So your normal cross leg position here is you can take it. Half lotus is where you bring one foot into your hip crease and you just rest it there. All right, now if your knees feel okay, if you want to come into a full lotus, that second foot then comes over the top and then you try and pull them into your hip creases. It's quite a funny one, so stick to half, stick to normal, feel what it's like, and then just come to rest your hands on top of your knees, wherever you are. Spine long, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. We're just gonna stay for about 6 or 7 breaths. So try and use your breath just to feel some sort of ease in this pose. If it's your first time, it might feel really odd. If you feel any sort of pain in your knees, come out of it. Nice, few more breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale. Open up the eyes. Great, we're going to work our way down onto our backs. We don't have time for it now, but just to tell you, anyone that does have a full lotus, a really fun stretch for your hips here is to try and keep your legs together. Try and roll forward, keeping them crossed, and then dropping your hips down towards the mat. Actually, that really stretches out the front of your hips. It's quite fun. Yeah, and then you try and push your hips down. It's a great one for if you're ever feeling tight in the hip flexors. Alright, come down onto your backs. All the way down. Alright, let's take a quick happy baby with straight legs if you can, so you can give those knees a little stretch out. So you can hold them to the back of your thighs, calves, or outer edges of the feet. Just maybe straighten the legs one at a time or both at the same time. Just little stretch out there. And then draw those knees back in towards the chest. Give yourself a final little squeeze. And exhale, release. Legs out long, hands away from the body, palms facing up. Feel the back of the knees stretch out a little bit. If you want to kind of squeeze your legs, point your toes for a second, and then release. And the same with your arms and your fingers. Squeeze and straighten, and then release. Just see if that helps you kind of settle a bit more, relax a bit more. Right, and feel that breath start to really slow back down. So it's quite a fiery practice, our power yoga, so he's trying to get the heart rate back to its normal, regular beat. Just leaving behind whatever did or didn't happen on your mat today. And just focus now on that feeling of positivity when you just move your body. And find some softness through your face, through your jaw. And breathe it there for a few moments. you do have longer to stay, feel free to pop you on pause or put me on mute. Otherwise, if you're ready to come back out, just wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers. Gently move the head from side to side. And then bring the feet together, find a nice full body stretch, hands over the head. And then rolling over onto one side. And then push yourself back up to seated, spine long, eyes closed. Great, let's bring the hands to the heart center. We'll finish with 2 breaths. We've probably got a bit of energy we need to get rid of still. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Another deep breath in. And a big sigh. Rub the palms together, wake up the body. Place the palms over the eyes. Then open the eyes to the darkness of the palms. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Bow your head towards your hands. Namaste. Well done, girl.